Good evening, everyone. Well, you're in for a crafty treat this evening. My name is Tony Darrick, and this is the wonderful How to Craft Network studio. Now, if you are not a subscriber, please just subscribe. You're missing a treat. We have tons of inspiration. I'm going to be back in studio way more often now. It's starting to ease a little bit of TV side of things, so you're going to be able to get a lot more content from here at Stamps by Me. So make sure you subscribe. If you don't know who we are, well, you know, where have you been? So we are a UK company, 14 years in youth, and we love to share the love of craft. So if you are sharing craft, I don't care whose brand it is, what product it is, whereabouts you're using it. If you've bought mine, brilliant. If you haven't, who cares? As long as you're making something, it's making you happy, then that makes me very happy in return. So today in studio, now normally you would see me in Studio 3, but I've just done a live for our fabulous USA fans. So it just makes sense to continue through in Studio 1. Now we have a couple of studios and it's wonderful to have those studios, but today in Studio 1. So we're going to do embossing folders, but different to what we normally do, because normally we do not get the time to sort of showcase the painting of embossing folders. So that is what I'm going to do this evening, and I'm going to use one of the embossing folders that we all probably have in our stash. If you want it, you can go get it. It's available on the website, but we're going to take a bit of time and concentrate on rise and fall on embossing folders and how we watercolor them, because I have a ton of people requesting it. It's not that easy. Some people make it look easy, it's not, but I'm going to show you a couple of techniques that I love to do with it so I get maximum effects. It does take time. So if you're a speedy crafter and you just want to go, you've come to the wrong place. I'm joking. I'm joking. But this sort of technique does take a little bit more time than 10 minutes. It takes about half an hour, okay? So it's Studio 3, but I'm in Studio 1. We have giveaways. Karen's going to pick a wonderful winner for me at the end of the show to give away some product. But I've got some bits and pieces to show you too, as always. So I'm leaving the country next weekend and I'm going off to the wonderful HSN Live Studios to do my shows there. But when I get back, I do have shows here in the UK on the 29th. And I think it's Quatre D. Now, I haven't got Quatre D to show you right at this minute because guess what? I left it. So you're going to have to wait for that one. But I do have other goodies that I want to show you, which are just about to drop in stock. You've all been waiting for them. So I just want to show you that they are finally arriving, and then you can all get ready to buy them because you've all pestered me for so long. Karen says, brilliant USA show, Tony. Well done. I know. Not a bad effort, that. I was a bit nervous. I've calmed down now a little bit, though. Calmed down a little bit. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I have my basket. Ooh, it's heavy. Ooh. So let's show you. Right, you all said, Tony, when's your pink cards and envelopes coming? Tony, when's your teal cards and envelopes coming? Tony, when's your grey cards and... Oh, my goodness me. They're not here. I have a notification to say they're due to land any day, but I have samples. So do you want me to show you them all? Because you've all waited patiently, I guess. So you're probably thinking, Tony, it's cards and envelopes. I know it is, guys, but mine are different. They're really different. Because normally you can only like get teal or pink. Sorry, not teal or pink. White, cream. But I do colour cards with coloured envelopes. Guess what? They're colour on the inside and they're colour on the outside. They are magic, pure magic. And they really do set your cards aside from anyone else's because of having that colour front and back and coordinating envelopes. I love a coordinating envelope. I'm a bit sad in that sense. But I'll show you what we've got. So I've had two sizes made. I've had 7x7 and I've had 6x8. Now you're probably thinking, why don't you do 5x7? Well, I feel like if you've got 5x7 topper, it's going to be too big. So I've gone 6x8, but if you want to trim your card down, you can. And it's what I just said to our lovely USA fans. It's having the capability to cut it down. You can add it on, can we now? I need the teal ones. Karen, I knew you would say that. Let me do a little bit of shout out. I feel like I'm neglecting you all. It's wonderful to have your company. Did you all see my sales show today? If you're watching from the USA, wonderful. If you're watching UK, even more wonderfuler, because I had the most fantastic sale today. earlier today. You need to go back and watch that on my channel. There are some bargains. Not much left, but there are some absolute bargains. And I do an incredible card. Do you agree, guys? Did I do an incredible card today? I feel like I did. In fact, where is it? It's here, look. This is the card I did. Well, topper. Check this out. Come on. That looks hard, doesn't it? I promise you it's not hard. I did that today in my show. It took me, what, team? 20 minutes? Loved the demo. 20 minutes maybe? Yeah. So if you want to go back and watch my show, how I did this one, go back and watch that show, because it is a great show, by the way. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I'm back. Everybody, I'm back. I've had a few chaotic months, haven't I? Honestly, how I've got through the last few months, flying to and from HSN, UK TV's been like so busy, I can't tell you. 30 hours a month on UK TV, here in studio, QVC Germany, everywhere. Honestly, I cannot tell you. Let's show you these cards. Sue says, wow, Tony, that is lovely. And it's super easy, Sue. Go and watch the video. Lindsay says she's had great difficulty finding this because she watched me on USA. Well, you get to meet some new friends, Lindsay. If you are from the USA and you're tuning into this one, it's wonderful to have your company. And if you are from the USA, you must let us know so we know, because we love to have people from all over the world. So these are your teal. So blank cards and envelopes. So these are 6 by 8. Tim looked at me like, what are you doing, 6 by 8? I'm like, there is a method in my madness. People can cut them down. But sometimes I do like to do a 6 by 8 card. So you're all going by me. But do you know what? I haven't left your square makers out. I promise you I haven't. So. Ta-da! Isn't that just amazing? Hello from the USA, Carla. Lovely to have your company, sweetheart. This is where you're really going to see what my friends are like here in the UK. Everybody, best behaviour. Carla's here. Best behaviour. So check this out. So teal in the inside, teal on the outside, and the beautiful coordinating envelope. But guess what? It's got a different flap. Look at that. Does that not look expensive? Oh, yeah. OMG, Karen. Yeah, so I've changed the flaps on these ones. I really felt like, do you know what? We really do need to raise the bar with our cards, blanks and envelopes. And I am going to be doing some A2 sized ones as well for our lovely USA fans. So just stay tuned for that. So 5 by 7 in teal. Well, sorry, 6 by 8. And then so you don't all get on at me and beat me up, I'll show you these ones too. 7 by 7. Come on. Come on. So there's your teal. Let's just pop them out to the front there. What colour do we think's next? Michaela says they look great. What do we think's next? What colour? Grey. Now I've gone for a slightly lighter grey this time. So 7 by 7, 6 by 8. Again, coordinating envelopes with that beautiful flap as well. Are they on the website? Elaine, calm down. They're absolutely not. Not yet. But I have had notifications, so that's why I'm showing you today. And then we have your traditional white, which I don't have with... Oh, have I got my white? Oh, I do. And we've got your traditional white, which basically is white, isn't it? So white, as you can see, I've been using them. White. And then the envelope. I love this. I really love this, guys. I know it's crazy. It's only a flap. But it does set your cards apart, doesn't it? Love the grey. So there we have square 7 by 7, and there is a 6 by 8 in white. Then we have cream. For those of you that like cream, let it not be said I haven't covered everybody here. Nobody gets left behind. What's that off? That's off a movie, that, isn't it? Cream and square. Sorry, cream and square. 6 by 8 and square. And then guess what? Fuchsia. You all asked. And these are just absolutely wonderful. So let's just have a look at these. Beautiful envelope. Not white on the inside neither. It's got to be colour, hasn't it? Uncoated. If you want to stamp direct. And then Really, really lovely cardstock. Really lovely. Thank you for your patience. They will be here. I will give you the nod. As soon as they land, they will be straight on the website. Don't buy them all. They've taken so long to come. I feel like they've been around the world 9 million times over. But teal, grey, cream, white, fuchsia. And what are the other colours? I think I've got a navy blue. Navy blue's on the next run though, guys. Navy blue. And there's a few other colours. So let's just get rid of that for now. Right. How are we feeling, everyone? Lilo and Stitch. No one gets left behind. Liz, you are totally right. So let's just have a quick drink. Let's have a look. I'm on my tippy toes here to see you all. Lindsay says she doesn't like the pink, but she loves all the others. Lovely bright pink, Teresa. Just shows you how all different we are as crafters. That makes me happy too, though, because it would be so boring if we all liked the same thing, would it not? And do you know what? I never drink fizzy pop. But I've been brought a fizzy pop, so I'm drinking fizzy pop. Oof. Anyway, let's have some fun. So the embossing folder now. You're going to need a paintbrush, some water, some ink pads, a red. We're going to do a red poppy this evening, but you could totally change it up and do multi-colours if you want to. Do as you please. But I'm going to show you sort of like how I like to watercolour my embossing folders and how sometimes adding a little bit more detail than just colour really does enhance the designs of embossing folders. And it goes back to the story that I say, embossing folders, they're so inexpensive, but there are so many different things that you can do with them. Now, the USA show that I just did, that is on YouTube too. I did a little bit of an embossing folder technique on there too. So if you want to go back, if you're free for this evening and want to sit and watch, then you can totally do that too. No rules with craft. Let me just grab some watercolour card. Now, if you are watercolouring your embossing folders, you're going to need some watercolour card. I use my own, the Carter, and I use the A5, but whatever you have in your stash will work, okay? So I'm just going to cut this down very quickly. The grey, the teal, the grey and the navy are going in my basket. Seems like it took forever though, didn't they? They really did. So I'm just trimming this watercolour piece down a little bit here. No control. So let's trim this down. So in this particular card, we're going to do 3 techniques, okay? And show you how they all build together. One of them is going to be the watercolouring, and one of them is going to be ink on the embossing folder, and one of them is going to be wax on top. 3 in 1 to show you the results that you can get. Now, I'm just going to pop this into, get my embossing tool here. Just 1 second. I'm just going to grab hopefully a dark coloured ink pad. I would like black or grey. I'm not hopeful because my cupboard looks like somebody's thrown a grenade in here right now. Ooh. So much stuff, so little time. Is that what they say? No, I haven't got one. That is rubbish. Pure rubbish. Pure rubbish. Anyway, so I would have liked to have done like a dark outline on this one. Let me just double check for you guys because I really would like you to see how effective it is when you pop that colour in and around. It just goes back to what I was telling you all, ladies and gents. You know how I have Studio 3, Studio 1, craft bag for TV, craft bag for HSN, craft bag for Port Sunlight. So I need 5 of everything and I still can't fathom out where everything is. Great, isn't it? Are we all sharing? As I have a giveaway. Make sure you share. Make sure you don't get in trouble though, but just make sure you share. So I'm just going to pop this into my embossing folder here. And then we'll run this through the machine. Now, if you are embossing with my machine, it is your white plate, your embossing folder, and your B plate. Now, when you come to put it in the machine, put your embossing embossing folder further down the plate so it gives your mouth the chance to grab. Put your plate on top, and if you put it through and it feels a little bit like it shouldn't be going through, run it through a few times and your machine gets used to it. So it sort of like grabs it and then it'll just go through like butter. Great machine. Like but can't share, don't worry Julie, we appreciate the fact that you've tried. Now, let's have a look at this one then. So this is the Poppy Garden, HD 3D Poppy Garden, okay? Hopefully you can see. Hopefully you can see the dimension on there. The best in the industry, in my opinion, absolutely beautiful. So let's get some colour on here. Now, this is where it just comes to life. So you're going to need a little bit of water. I've got an ink pad. I've got here crackling campfire. I've got abandoned coral. What else have I got? I've got a red pen. So I'm going to play around with tons of different. I've got orange. Poppies are orange and reddish, aren't they? Then I've got a green pen. I've got a green ink pad. So let's just have some fun and see how it comes out. And I'll show you the way that I like to do it. Liked and shared. Well done, guys. Brenda, sorry, I have to go. I've been neglecting my poor husband watching all of these shows today, but did get a bargain in the sale. So very happy. Brenda, I will see you later. Go take care of your family. That's what matters the most. So let's grab some water, excuse me, and a brush. Make sure your brush is clean. Now, the way that I like to do watercoloured embossing folders is I like to add water to the petal and then just add the colour and let it just disperse. I find that that's the easiest way. So let's play around with that first, okay? So let's go into the overhead here. So I'm just going to take some water on my brush and I'm going to start with one petal. Now, which is the biggest? Let's go with this one here. So I'm just going to colour with no colour. I'm just going to paint this petal here with some water. Now, remember, the colour will only go where the water is. So if it stops at a harsh line, it means you've got no water on there. So let's take a bit of this orange out my pen here. But you could swipe an ink pad. So what I'm trying to do is, you know how poppies sometimes have an undertone of orange? That's what I'm going for with this look. So I'm just going to pick up some of this orange and I'm just going to spot it into, can you see there? It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Spot it into this water. And I always like to pounce, pounce, pounce. Like pounce with the side of my brush. Pounce, pounce. Just let the water do its thing, okay? Now, I wouldn't paint another petal at the side because I take the chance of it bleeding one into the other and then it just looks like a hot mess. So whilst that's doing its thing, go to another petal somewhere else and start another one. So clean, clear water. So we'll go to the one that's not connected here. So clean, clear water. And then I'm just going to pick up that orange. And then again, spot it in. And then I'm just going to pounce, pounce, pounce with the side of my brush. So the whole petal is covered like so. Super, super easy, okay? So let's do this one here where it's not connected as well. So again, water. And pick up some of your colour. So the colour that I'm using is just from a pen, but you could swipe an ink pad, use your watercolour palette. You see that there? Just let it work its own magic. Whilst it's still wet, I like to add a second colour. So let's see what this is going to look like. Is this a red? Yeah, a bit reddy. Yeah, so let's add a bit of this one as well, just because we can. I'm just going to pick up some of this red here. 1 second, grab a tissue. So I'll pick up some red. And in the same place, I'm just going to pounce some red in. So pounce, pounce, pounce. And can you see how it just drops into those debossed and embossed lines? And I wouldn't go all over with this red, maybe just little areas and just let it just do its thing, as you can see. Pounce, pounce, pounce. And then I'll move on to this one. And we'll obviously not get this finished in live show, but we will do as much as we can. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, just shout. I'll keep looking up, I promise. But I'm at least going to get a few of these painted to show you simply how easy it is, because I know I get a lot of requests of, can you show us how you watercolour your embossing folders? So this is what I'm doing right now. So there we go. And then down to this one here. And because that water's already in there, it's sort of like, it does it. I don't have to worry about it. It just does it, okay? So I find this the easiest way. Other people do it different, and that's okay. We all find our own way. This is just the way that I find the easiest, okay? So it's still very light for a poppy. I need a darker red. So let's try this crackling campfire, see what sort of red this is. This is a reddy orange. I don't think this is going to make much difference, but I am going to try. So whilst it's still doing its thing, which one did I start with? Was it this one? Just work my way around. Yeah, not much difference at all. I'm really wasting my time going in with that one, I think. Now I've done it on that, though, I am going to do it on them all. Because it will mess around with me if I don't use it on all of it. Right, so I'm just going to try and grab a more red tone from one of my watercolour palettes, hopefully. Just see what I've got going on in my station here. Because I really want that, you know, the traditional sort of watercolour look. Here we go. So I have my watercolours here, and this has got a nice deep red in there. Can we see that one there? Mind you, I think this one comes across as quite fuchsia. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what this comes off like. Oh, it's fuchsia. But if I mix it with that orange, I'm going to get a nice red. So that's what we're going to do. But if you have a traditional like pillow box red, here we go, look. Now we're talking. Hi, Eileen from California. Lovely to have your company, sweetheart. So we're just watercolouring some embossing folders here, and we're trying, without making a hash of our work, to try and get that lovely, deep red in poppies that we all see. But I do want to keep that undertone of that yellow. There we go. We're getting there now, guys. We're getting there. So pounds, pounds, pounds. And because the card is still wet, it's okay. I am going to leave a little bit of a yellow spot in the centre just to give it a bit of difference, because no two petals would ever be the same. Let it work its magic. Then we'll come round to this one. So all I'm doing is I like to pounce, 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 pounce. I know it feels like you're pouncing it back into the card of the side of the brush. Pounce, pounce, pounce. That's what I like to do. And it works for me. So hopefully if you're giving it a go for the first time, it will work for you too. And because my card is still quite damp, as you can see, it's still moving very subtly. Just keep pounce, 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 pounce. Move it around so you're happy. And then once you've done 3, you can't do any of the connecting ones because they'll all just bleed together and look like a hot mess. So you need to step away from this one totally and move on to another area. Rosemary G, is it possible to bring us some of the smaller design stamps that you take to the USA for the A2 cards? I don't always want to make large cards. Rosemary, I have started doing that, sweetheart. We've started doing some smaller designs for you, so keep your eye out for those. We have already started to bring those through. So, shall we let's move on to this one here. So again, clean, clear water. So I'm going to wet, not too wet, I'm going to wet the petal. And I'm going to go in with the orange, so pounce, pounce, pounce all over. Again, you can see that's a lovely petal there. And then let's do one over here. So keep hopping from petal to petal. And again, you don't have to cover it all. White space sometimes looks cool too. Let's do another one. So maybe if you think in your mindset, right, I'm going to do 3 petals at a time. I'm going to keep going back 3 at a time, working that magic 3 number. And then let's go back to this one. So we'll use the next colour, which is the orange, orangey red. And the beautiful thing about these as well, guys, is if you want to, you can go back in and enhance with your pencils. You know, add the detailing with your pencils. So if you've got some very luxurious pencils, because I know some of you spend money on pencils, you can totally add those in too. Denise, are you imagining things, or did I say there was more Quatre D Christmas? No. No more Quatre D Christmas, just 2 this year. Quatre D in a couple of weeks though, but not Christmas. Any guesses what it might be? So you can see how it looks. It doesn't look like there's much dimension there, but trust me, there is a ton of dimension in there. And the cool thing about your embossing folders too is you can always put them back in the embossing folder. You can swipe them with a white ink pad, so then it brings white lines in like you've used a gel pen. There's just so many cool things that you can do. So let's just keep going for now, if that's okay. It is a little bit timely, but it is so worth it. So you can see how you get that lovely sort of dimension of colour. And you could absolutely go to town with layering and layering and layering. Absolutely wonderful. So this one. Speed it up a bit. Like just work its magic on there. I never managed to guess a new product. You're always full of surprises, Teresa. Halloween. No, not for Quatre D. That is next for HSN though, but not for all my shows here. Right, let's get some green on this. Let's just change up the colour a little bit. So maybe use this green from my brush here. Just surprise us, Tony. Okay. Good idea, Elaine. You all ate surprises, though, or is it me that ate surprises? So... Now, this is a bit of a zesty green, which I'm not. I'm trying to create a vintage card here. Why am I using a zesty green? I have no idea. Just add a little bit of this purple on here. Give myself a bit of a... Oof. A bit of a sage green. It's the new Quatre D ladies. Who said that, Sue? Not saying a word. Right, so this is relatively dry, so let's finish one poppy head at the very least, okay, so you can get a feel of what it's going to be like. So in the centre here, they're quite dark in the centres of poppies, aren't they, like a browny black colour. So I'll see if I can recreate that with the colours I have on my table. I might have to do a little bit of mixing, but let's do this other petal here. So again, I'm putting water on the petal. Pick up some yellow, drop it in. So that's one. Clean, clear water again. And because the other petal's dry now, I don't take the risk of everything just blending into a hot mess. There's difference. So yellow there. Oh, wet the petal first, Tony. Don't have like a puddle on your page. You just need your brush to be wet enough so the colour can be carried around. Have a stalk running through there, so I have to be careful there. I tell you, this is a great pastime craft. If you're a bit of a rut, you just want to craft but you're not sure how, this is brilliant. So next colour is the orange, isn't it? So let's go back to here. Let's add a little bit of orange in here. Pounds, pounds, pounds. Pull it out. And then this one. Let the water do its thing. You'd love some more birds. Interesting. So I'm going to focus on just this one flower because otherwise you'll be with me all night. And then let's get some red in here. And it's really difficult to show how cool it looks on camera because you can't see the 3D, but I'm hoping if I run it back through the embossing folder, it says, it really gets to showcase how wonderful this is. So shall we just be a little bit, let me just see if I have a brown in the cupboard. Oh, I have a bit of a red and a brown actually. Let's just improvise here, guys. I know they're near on black in the centres and these are much brighter poppies, but I'm going with the colours that I have. So I have a brown and then I have a reddy brown. Oh, this would be a great poppy colour. A bit late now though. This one is aged mahogany. So I'm going to wet the whole centre. I'm going to pick up the brown. You can see that dimension now, it's popping through beautifully. And then pick up some of this red to maybe create a bit of a woody colour. Could really do with a... Just need to let that offset a little bit, just let that water sink in, and then we'll add a little bit more dimension. So you can see it's coming to life pretty quick, can't you? Absolutely. I'm still here, guys. Ladies' faces like Jessica. Maybe. What if the surprise is something you hate? Oh, I'm not sure about that. Don't come and beat me up, Michaela. Sue says she's not opened hers. Don't open your advent calendars. Oh, gonna have a hot sweat. Don't be doing that. Oh, helps you see what I'm doing. I'm just adding a little bit of a darker ring, just playing around with the colour really. So hopefully you can start to see that dimension come through there. The cool thing, I'm not going to colour it all, guys. I would love to stand here and just colour the whole thing. But the cool thing about embossing folders, right, is this wonderful thing that if you like do it and you're thinking, I spent all that time doing that and it's not as good as how Tony does it, it's not as good as how my friend does it, then you have options, okay? And I'm going to showcase those options because I really don't want you to give up on it. Let me just try and get rid of a bit of this mess. Because honestly, embossing folders give so much back, I can't tell you. So if you take your gilding wax or a white ink pad or something like that, you really can enhance and probably hide some mistakes if you want to, if you've got mistakes that you're not particularly keen of. So I just like to use a white ink pad. Let me just show you here. Put a bit of white, I mean not this much, but just tap it off. And I'm going to do it on this one here. You rub the white on top. You see how you get your embossed detail back? Hopefully you can see that there. The lines instantly come back. Okay, I'll press on a little bit harder. So it sort of like pushes your colour back, but the dark colour that you've had underneath is in the lines. Can we see that there? It's a wonderful technique, so stay with it. Okay, so that's sort of white. Let's... Picks up all of that. Look at that wonderful rise and fall. So maybe you've painted it and it's too dark and you're thinking, I've just absolutely ruined that. This is an option for you, okay? But this one, let me show you a cool technique with this one. So you need to make sure it's absolutely dry though, because you'll smudge your paint, okay? So here is my gold gilding wax. Now this is where this poppy one comes into its own. Now just excuse me, ladies and gents, I'm just going to clean this off because it's going to end up everywhere. I'm getting mucky paw prints all over. So I hope if you are watching the show, please share. So I do have a fantastic giveaway. Karen's going to pick a giveaway as normal. And you know what? It's been absolutely wonderful not having to product preview or show something new. I know we show the card blanks, but, you know, show something new for TV. It is just nice to just absolutely spend some time on some of the techniques that you all ask me to do. And I'm thinking, you know what, to watercolor and embossing folders is going to take at least half an hour or 3/4 of an hour, and I just haven't got time when I've got a product preview, samples to show you. So to have the time, it's really, really wonderful, I can't tell you. So let's show you on this poppy how we can enhance it even further. So I've got my wonderful gold wax here. I'm just going to tap it off. I'm just going to run my finger over the whole poppy here. Now wait till you see how beautiful this looks. It doesn't look much at the moment. In fact, let's do a poppy that's not no colour on as well. I've got some other things that I want to talk to you all about in a second as well. So I'm just doing the rest of it because just so you can see how beautiful this embossing folder is, because it's not showing because of it's on white, but show you the detail. Carol, you do not miss a trick, do you? This is our new waxers coming very, very soon, and waxers with difference, should I say. Not this particular one, this is just my gold, but we have something quite cute coming. So there you go. So I'll just show you. Hopefully you can see that, but look at this one that we've painted. So all is not lost if you start to paint, guys, and you're thinking, do you know what? I ruined it. I don't like it. Don't throw it in the bin. Save it with some white, some gold. It looks tremendous. And I just want to show, I know I feel like I've had you here forever. Well, actually, I haven't had you here forever. But can I just show you another cool technique using the same embossing folder whilst we're in the motion of it all? Let me just find the embossing folder. So a cool technique for you all is inking up the edges. Now, would have been an amazing card if I'd have watercoloured it all and then golden on it. But do you know what? There is no harm now in just banging it back into our embossing folder and getting some colour around the edge. So with that in mind, what colour shall we do? Let's go with the abandoned coral. Now I'm going to go both sides, okay? So on the rise, because do you know what? In the end, if I don't like this card, I always have my deboss side as a recovery. So rise and fall. And we'll give it a spray with a little bit of water. I have no idea what this is going to come out like, but because I'm just playing around, it's a piece of card. Be absolutely fine. This is a wild poppy because it's got a lot of orange in it. It really does need like a pillar box red on it as well. But I don't have one to hand, so. Right, let's give this, I'm going to give it a bit of a spray as well. Oh, a light spray. Let's show you how I mean light. One, two. Well, that were light? Well, that light? Keep going and going light. I thought you said light. So all I'm going to do now, I'm going to get the front of my embossing folder and I'm going to pick up, I have no idea how this is going to come out, but you know what? I'm willing to give it a try. I'm going to line this back up in my embossing folder. It should slot back into place. You know, and when I'm happy it's in place, that looks good to me. I'm just going to run this through. Let's see what it comes out like, guys. You know, some of the best cards come from experimenting. And at least you know, as you all know, time and time again, I do make some boo-boos in studio. But you know what? I always feel like I'm really good at recovering them. That wasn't light. I knew you would say that. So last 1 minute or so to share if you haven't shared, and then we'll pick a wonderful winner, and let's hope this doesn't turn out like a hot mess. I would have liked to have done like a grayscale ink pad or a black, but I don't have one. Oh, it could be anywhere. It could be in Funky Fossil stash. It could be anywhere. That was soaking. Listen, that was me just giving it a light spray. It's normally. Normally. I'll have a look first. That was soaking. Caught me out there. My hay fever's just gone like. I could have, look at that. I could have gone even darker. But if that, you imagine if that had been painted by all and that beautiful backdrop. That would have been awesome. Wow. No. Shall we go with the darker red? I know, because we've got time. Oh, now it becomes a little bit tricky. You're like, what's she doing now? Right, I'm going darker. I'll just give it a little spray this time, promise. Just 10 squirts instead of 20. Now, the cool thing about this actually is the wax will resist the ink, won't it? Because it's oil-based. So I'll always have that gold, which is quite a cool technique in itself. So get my squirt bottle. Here we go again. Let me remove my card. Oh, I didn't show you it debossed. Oh, another level. Right, just move that out of the way for now. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. It's killed me to do 3. I need to do 4. Just one more. Sorry about you. So this is a darker one. I'm just seeing if it's going to make it pop just a little bit more. So I'm just going to take my artwork. I'm going to place it back in. Oof, now I think this might be a bit too dark. Hey ho. Go with it. What's the worst that could happen other than now my eyes have gone? And my nose. Just 1 second. Good old blue roll. Oh. That was two more. It's a good job it's not an exam you would all catch me out. Right. Now I think this is going to be too dark now. How do we pull it back? White ink pad. I'll be here all night. White, dark, light, pink, coral, green. Oh. Let's face it, this card is a little bit battered. Carol, count of 5. Someone cannot count. Hey, cheeky. Are you ready? What do you think now? It's darker. Better? Better? I'm not finished yet, though. I'm still not happy with it. I'm just going to keep... I think it's because it's only partially painted. Should have painted it all. I would have been here all night, though. But... It's not over. It's not over. Stand by your beds. Now I've lost my... Well, I've still got the gold in there. Let's get rid of the gold. Where's my black ink pad? Here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Wow, stunning. Oh. Oh. Black. Black. Oh no, black. You've got like 1 minute to decide. Better darker, but leave it. Go chill, woman. Listen, there's no chilling for me. Right, let's go black. See what happens. Let me do it first before I do it on overhead. Looked better before. I think I needed to quit while I'm an hour ahead, guys. Oh. Right, let's have a look at the deboss side. Because the deboss side's quite pretty. Look at that! Nicholas put an emoji out of a monkey covering her eyes. Like that. Listen, if I show you the other side, that's a lesson for you to stop. Michaela said, time to stop. I didn't stop. I didn't listen. I'll show you what happened. It's only a piece of that. I know, Carol, but I'm a little bit upset. I have ruined it. Oh, do you know what to say, though? Keep going. Keep going if it's a disaster. That's what I thought. Stop right now. Look at the state. It's unrecoverable. Told you to leave it. Told you so. Don't you just hate it when people say, I told you so. Oh. Go back over it with wax. I'm going to be here all night. Oh, no, I'm going to leave it. In fact, you could push it back with your white ink pad, but I can't. I'm not putting my white ink pad over black, because I'll end up with a mucky white ink pad. That will kill me. So there we go. Let's have a look, see if we've got a winner. Don't try this at home, guys. Might get electrocuted. Oh, let's have a look. Check my phone. I hope everybody's had a lovely hour with me. Deboss side is fine. Let's just keep it on the deboss side. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's all you remember. Forget about the black. Right, let's have a look at the winner. So thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed the hour. It is a little bit of fun. I love to have fun. I love experimenting. But if you do want something that's a little bit more professional and looks good, you know, you can always tune into the 1 o'clock show. And, I mean, come on. You could tell it's been a long day. Oh. Let's move that poppy very quickly. But honestly, I know I'm having a little bit of fun, but if you do watercolour them all, because they are truly exquisite when they're done. Okay, let's have a look at the winner. The winner is Denise Houlons. Well done, Denise. You are the winner of today's show. I would like to say I'll pop you the card in, but do you know what? I will not be giving that one away. I'll pop a different one in. And I can't give you this one because this is going to the 1 o'clock person who comments underneath this video. Now, it's not the end of the show. If you want to comment when I've gone off there underneath, I'll send a winner to those as well. I announce all of those. But I do have something to talk about very quickly. I know you all want to get rid of me. But I would like to talk about somebody. Where's my basket? Got something to talk to you all about when I find... Oh, just stand by your beds, ladies and gents. Let me just find my, see if I can find my sheet with the name on it. They're all saying, Tim, pull the plug, I've gone crazy. I can't find it now. Oh, anyway, it's a good job I've got a good memory. So, anybody heard of a lady called Christine Stokes? Christine Stokes. You need to go and check her out, guys, on YouTube. She's a wonderful YouTuber and she's just demonstrated some of my products on YouTube. And guess what? She nearly gave me a heart attack. She cut one of my embossing folders in half. Now you have to go and watch. And she did it live as well in the video. I mean, come on. One of my HD 3D embossing folders, I was like... Christine Stokes, okay? Go check her out on YouTube. Clean and simple card maker, but her cards are wonderful. I would appreciate it if you would go and subscribe to her channel. She has a wonderful channel and she's creative most days as well. She has a strong following and they seem like a fabulous group of ladies as well. They all comment underneath. And I noticed that some of you did put on about me being lovely as well. I did pay them all a £5 to say that, didn't we? But yeah, Christine Stokes, go and check her out. I'm going to share a video later. Or if anybody does find the latest video, will you share it for me on our social media pages? That would be fabulous. Right, I am absolutely going now. Well done, Denise, for winning. Let me know your address and I'll get the goodies posted out to you. I have had a fabulous day. I have been live 3 times today. 2 o'clock sales show, 7 o'clock USA, 8 o'clock UK, and now it's time to sit down with a nice cup of Rosalie tea. I will see you all later. Check out the newsletter because that will give you the updates on what's happening in the up and coming week at Stamps by Me. I'll see you all later, guys. Bye.